We're live. Here we are.
All right. Hello, everybody out there in podcast land. I am Mixlam. He is the Miles Revolution. We are two freaks doing a show. We're with you every week on Thursdays at 6 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Mountain, 8 o'clock Central, and 9 o'clock for you all the way over in the East Coast. Woof. Well, Miles, how are we doing today?
Well, we're doing pretty good. I'm still disappointed learning of some of the acts that weren't going through, but I'm doing the best I can, trying to get over my depression, trying to find some food to eat to get my mind off of the acts that weren't going through. I'm trying to get as much sleep as I can, even though I keep having bad dreams about people who didn't get on there and their retribution with Simon Cowell.
So, more than me being disappointed about acts, I'm just disappointed about the episode. Oh my gosh, this episode was rough. Like it was kind of rough. It was really rough for me to watch. and if you're on Twitter, I'm on Twitter. My handle's right here. And you can follow me if you'd like. A lot of people on Twitter seem to agree with me. The only thing I saw online with anybody was griping about this episode. Everybody hated it because everybody was expecting what I was expecting was we were going to see some deliberation.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what we're used to. So what's going on here? I don't understand. I don't understand what was the point of whatever it is they were making us watch. We had just watched all this stuff. They could have given us deliberation and the rest of this, but yet they didn't. They decided to just basically do a rerun. Yeah.
And show us at times not just a rerun, but entire performances. This wasn't a recap show. This was like a legit rerun like we live in the 1980s. And in case you just joined us, here's the acts.
Well, it was disappointing to me not seeing anything that was fresh. So
I thought maybe they would at least give us a little stuff that was fresh, maybe some things that we didn't see, some acts we didn't see, some funny outtakes, something, but we really got nothing.
In the past, well, in the past, what they did is they had like all the pictures laid out, and then they started talking about the different acts and which ones they wanted to go through, and so that's what I was kind of expecting, but apparently the producers thought otherwise, or maybe they couldn't afford to take the camera equipment to Simon's house this year and set it up because it cost too much. I don't know. Maybe it's a cost-cutting thing.
So we could just make this a gripe about this AGT episode, and that's probably what it'll be for me. Because I have a few things that I didn't like. Number one, like we say, just the overall rerun of it all. But right. Number two, this isn't specific to this episode. I've seen this multiple times on AGT on multiple seasons, and I don't know why they do it, but it's mostly Howie who does it, I've noticed on these seasons, and he'll say something like, "This is the most talent we've ever had on any season," or "This is my favorite season out of any season that we've ever done."
He's a professional
actor. Why do we keep saying this? We say this every single season. And they'll say it to different acts and say, "This is the best thing we've ever seen. We've never seen anything like this. This is out of all the years that we've been doing this, there's never been anybody who's done blank." It's like, yeah, there has. Very rarely has there not. So once in a while, I'll say something like that, but it's because I mean it. But these guys say it way too much.
Well,
why is it such a popular thing to say?
Well, you know what I thought about is, we really need to record the video of them saying these things and go see if they're just using video from other previous
Yeah.
seasons, other shows, and just saying the same thing over and over, so they don't have to sound like a broken record. So, for those who know what a record is.
Yeah, to those, old enough to know the record. Well, speaking of records, vinyl's coming back.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Even
I've got a
turntable.
little vinyl collection of my own here. And side note, vinyl outsells CDs now.
Well, that's not particularly a surprise because almost everything outsells CDs now because it's all online otherwise.
Yeah. And
So.
vinyl's cool because you can collect it.
Yep.
It's such a more popular medium. Over in the chat, what's Sam saying here? I was also disappointed by the episode. They had 2 hours and didn't even have time to reveal 55 acts. They spent way too much time on the Golden Buzzer acts, especially. Yeah, the Golden Buzzer acts, they showed the entire things. And this was 2 hours. And I was like, eventually they're going to reveal who got through. And at the very end, they're like, with like 1 minute left before a commercial, they're like, go to this website and see who. Like, this is literally why we tuned in, people.
That's right.
You get paid for this. You get paid to make this episode. What's going on? I don't know, but I'm assuming perhaps. Does this have something to do with the writer's strike or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
Does anybody have an answer of why they did this?
Are the producers considered writers?
Well, I don't think the producers necessarily would be, but maybe they have to. I don't know. Maybe they have to have more writing to tell them what to say during this deliberation. I don't know.
I don't know either. Well, a couple of interesting things. There was a guy on Instagram who found us. He says, well, I was just browsing around on YouTube and I found your show, and so I decided to watch all of them. And he says, well, I have some information for you. And I didn't find his message until like three episodes later. So that his name is McGavin. So I just wanted to give a shout out to him. And he actually shared who all the acts are for this coming week.
How do you find that? Because I was looking for that. Because I was like, we should talk about who's going to be on next week and where we think, who we think's going to go through and all of that good stuff. And I could not find it. It wasn't listed on the official site. So I couldn't find out where this was.
Well, maybe somebody in the chat will post where that link is. But this McGavin guy said he found it. Another interesting thing is, I made my guess. I made my post of who all the acts that I thought were going through. And the, what's his name here? Stoica and Hurricane. So he has a dog act.
Okay.
And I predicted that Heather and Bogart would be going through.
Yeah, I think I predicted too.
I didn't think any of the dog acts were that good. Hey, look, McGavin came on. Yay! So,
yeah, McGavin, we were just talking about you. You missed it. It was your chance at fame.
So anyway, let me read you this text from Heather and Bogart. This is an Instagram message, and I thought this was awesome because she was one that I predicted that would be in the live shows. So she said, sorry, well, let's see here. I had to withdraw before a final decision was made on us. The projected dates of the live shows would have put us in Cali the week before or week of my wedding. So it didn't seem like it would work out. So I feel good about myself and can pat myself in the back because I think she was going to go through, but she told him no because she was busy.
So she turned this down for a wedding?
Yes.
Man, she must really like this guy. Because for $1 million contract, I'd move the wedding, but that's her business.
Yeah. This is the
maybe
three-legged
love
dog.
just
Got it.
conquers all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had the three-legged dog Bogart, if you don't remember who that was. So, and I tried to get her on tonight, but she says she has a class from 7:30 to 8:30. So I suggested that if she has time to come on our show after her class. So we're hoping.
Okay. She comes on after.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That was still great news, though, so that I was right with my prediction.
So you were right, even though you were wrong.
That's right.
Well, there we go. That's the best way to be. That's what I always say whenever I'm wrong. I was still right.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed or thought it odd that none of the contortionists went through.
Yeah, that is true. Well, the hard thing is I've looked through the list. And I'm going to put if anybody wants to look at the list, I'm going to put this isn't the official website, but this is the what thing I was just looking at. Yeah. So while we're talking, you can look at the list through that link that I just put in the live chat there.
Yeah.
It was just a lot to take in at once.
Yeah.
It was hard for me, it's hard for me to remember all 55 that went through. It would have made more sense if they were going to do a rerun to kind of briefly show us everybody that went through.
Right.
And something I noticed that was really interesting was they only said one person who went through on the show. Did you notice who it was? It was our man Shadow Ace.
Yes.
At the end of Shadow Ace's performance, they're like, watch him in the final 55. And then so once they said that, I said, oh, they're going to start releasing the names. They're going to start now. And they didn't.
Well,
but I wonder why did they only release him, but not everybody else? Why didn't they say who else was going to do it?
Terry made the comment that says all the acts that you've seen so far tonight are going forward. And I started, where's my list? I didn't know I was supposed to keep track. And so I started marking them up. Yeah, he said that.
Did they say at the beginning?
No, it was someplace maybe halfway through. And so I got out my list and I started marking all the ones that I saw on the show, and then several of them that were on the show that they briefly highlighted aren't going through.
Really?
Yeah.
After he said they went through?
Well, he said everybody that you see tonight is going through. So the Bob Circus guys, who had the pans. Yeah. I know they flashed a thing of them, but they aren't going through. So I don't know. Maybe Terry was not reading the script or not reading the screen, which I might mention here. Terry Crews doesn't do anything off the cuff. Those are all teleprompters that he's reading.
I believe it. It sounds like he's reading. I mean, as I've said before, I'm not a Terry Crews fan of him hosting. I'm fine with all the judges and everything they do. I'm just really not a fan of Terry Crews on America's Got Talent. For anyone that's listening, you've been watching the show a while, I like Nick Cannon. I thought Nick Cannon was a great host. I think he's good at two things. I think Nick Cannon's good at having kids, and I think he's good at hosting America's Got Talent.
Okay. Well, now I know.
Those are the two things. He's got a lot of kids by a lot of women. I think he's got 8 by 9 women or something like that. I know he announces them all the time.
At least it isn't the other way. 8 by 9 women. So someone he doesn't know.
Yeah. Sam said over in the chat, I was most surprised that none of the duo acts made it.
The Duo Desire, I was floored that they didn't go through.
Yeah, I don't know how they didn't go through.
Yeah, they were like the best acrobat, one of the best acrobat acts on there.
So, one thing I was reminded of while I was watching was how much the Golden Buzzers didn't really deserve to be Golden Buzzers. Like, while I was watching the shows live, I was like, yeah, these I don't think are true Golden Buzzer acts. But when I watched them back, I wasn't floored by any of the acts. And even more, other than the exception of what's their name, Chai Bai Unity, that dance act. I know you weren't that into them, but the second time I still said, yeah, they're a definite Golden Buzzer. I thought that was really good.
Well, I thought Putri, I thought that was awesome. And I thought she deserved a Golden Buzzer.
She's the deaf or the blind girl.
Yeah, from Indonesia or whatever.
Yeah, well, I think she has a great voice, but yeah, I'm not huge on singing acts, so I wouldn't give her Golden Buzzer, but she deserved to go through. Yeah. So I'm not going to debate that one too much, but the other ones, I'm like, I don't want to sit through these.
Which reminds me, the pulse percussion, I can't believe they didn't go through. I really enjoyed watching pulse percussion.
So you predicted the whole 55, right? You
Yes.
did a whole list.
Yep.
And did you look at how many you got right?
Most of them. But I made an error. See, I think I put 60 on there. I didn't realize it's 55 total. I guess I just can't read well. I thought it was 55 plus 5 Golden Buzzers. So that's what I did.
Oh, okay. So did you... I don't know if you looked at this, but you have your list of how many social media followers have and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Did you look and see if there's anybody with a huge following that didn't make it?
Well, let me look over that real quick here because
I'd be interested to see if there's anybody with, 500,000 followers on Instagram that didn't make it. What's the name? I'm looking at the list of 55 right now on my screen. I'm trying to find. Oh, here she is. Erica Kofeld. She's the mom dancer.
Yeah.
How did she get through to the live show?
I guess she would go through, but I don't think she'll make it through any farther.
I did not think she would go through. I thought this was funny enough. They just gave her a yes, and I was like, "There's no way this joke goes through to the live show. There is no way anybody can tell me seriously they find this lady good."
You're not even up here.
No. Well, I had added McGavin to come online, but he says he's at work. That's what we like, a real trooper at work watching our show. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, as we say, any of our regular viewers out there, Sam, you're a pretty regular viewer too. If you're still watching, if you ever want to come on with us for a few minutes and say some stuff live, you're more than welcome. We'd like to have any of our loyal listeners or watchers come on with us. We'd love to hear what you think.
Yeah, McGavin helped us out here. The Ripka twins, Karakan, and Timothy Fletcher. Really big acts. Didn't make it through. And I predicted all 3 of them would.
Who was there anybody in the show that you saw tonight that you forgot about? Was there anybody that jumped out at you and you go, "Oh yeah, they were like a lot. Yeah, they were good. Why didn't I think more about that?"
No, I had the opposite. That Ray Wold, fire guy.
Yeah.
I thought he was eliminated. I didn't think he got
Oh, you thought he didn't even go through.
Yeah.
The person, the group that I forgot how good was, and I didn't put it on my top 10 favorites last time, were I can't remember the names. I'm really bad with the names of these groups. That's why I try to look. They were the Japanese girls that danced. What is their name?
Avantgardey.
Yeah. They were really, really good. I remember them being really good, and I remember saying on the show that they were really good, but I totally forgot about them. And then when I saw their performance again, I was like, oh, yeah, they're really they're really top notch.
Well, I thought Thomas Vu, the guy who did the fire thing, I thought he would go through. Instead, they put Ray Wold through. I thought that was kind of odd.
How about the girl? The other person I forgot about was the girl that does the puppet in the magic.
Brynn Cummings? Yeah, she's on the first episode next week.
Yeah, I forgot about her. I think she might have been in my top 10 too.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was really good.
Kevin
that
Lee?
was one thing about the show is it kind of reminded me of some people.
Yeah, so you're saying it had some redeeming value?
That's the only redeeming value because I don't do enough homework. And so I was kind of reminded of some of these people. And I wouldn't have minded their acts, I suppose, so much if they would have shown a little more than just showing all these golden buzzers again.
Yeah.
And the third one, I'm looking at my notes that really, really jumped out at me that I forgot about was named Arwen, the disabled comic.
Ahren? I think it's
Ahren.
Yeah.
Ahren. Yeah, the disabled comic. He's really good. I forgot about it. I'm glad to see he made it through.
I'm surprised Kevin Lee did not make it through.
Which one was he?
He was in the last episode. Has a video with Shim Lee.
Oh, yeah.
Has the biggest social media following out of all the magicians that were on the show this season.
Huh.
I'm not surprised he didn't go through. But,
I was happy to see two of our friends go through, though. Trigg Watson went through.
Yeah.
And Shadow Ace went through. Shadow Ace, it was better the second time. I will really say. When I saw it, I was like, yeah, it was better the second time. And what jumped out at me on Shadow Ace's thing was we really missed the boat when we had him on the show because we should have asked him about Beyonce. I don't remember him talking so much about Beyonce when he was first on. I don't know if they showed that clip or if I just totally forgot it, but I do not remember all that Beyonce talk.
I thought he mentioned when we had him on our show that he was that he did some work with Beyonce.
Did he?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what it is. Maybe I just have Beyonce amnesia.
Yeah, maybe so.
Because all of this Beyonce talk, and I remember none of it.
I know what he's talking about. He's talking about the Parent Jam. McGavin. It's only one act from episode 7. And I don't know how that act got through.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one when I remember talking about that because we're like, who are these people? Yeah, it was just like a weird mix of people, and nothing seemed wildly talented about it.
Well, where is that one? Because I know they're related to. Is that Phil Wright? Is he the one in the group? I think he's the guy in Parent Jam. Phil Wright. He's the dance guy. And he's the guy that I think I mentioned that I believe he's already a millionaire. So I just want to go through it, well, what are you going to do with the $1 million? Well, I'm going to put it in the bank with my other $1 million.
Yeah, Phil Wright and Parent Jam.
That's what it is. Yep. So there must be some sort of connection between him and his big following as to how he got on there.
Yeah, because didn't we say they have like a huge following on social media?
Yeah, he does. Not the Parent Jam. He does. Jam.
Okay, so this is his kind of pet project that he's trying to get off the ground.
Yeah.
And when you got money, you can get it off the ground.
That's right.
Imagine if you had millions of dollars and we had the Miles Jam, we could probably do it.
You know what? I imagine that it would only take me, if I had $100,000, I could be famous.
Yeah.
Because I just put it all into advertising.
Yeah. We would have a lot more people watching our show if we put $100,000 in advertising.
Yep.
But now, really what we got is for all our listeners to tell two friends, and they tell two friends, and they tell two friends, and so forth. That's what we got.
So
That's
the
the best we can do.
Sam Feldstein, do we want to see if he wants to come on the show here?
Yeah, Sam, you can come on if you'd like. Sam said, do you see any acts in the live shows getting 4Xs? I'd be shocked. Has there ever been, I'm not a historian of AGT, but I don't know if they've ever X'd anybody in a live show, have they? I mean, not all 4Xs.
Wait, who is this? Datitude was also coincidentally on Auditions 7 like Parent Jam, and they were also based in LA. Is that another group that this Phil Wright has?
Let's see.
All right. Well, let's send him
I don't know.
a link here. I'll bring him on.
I don't remember what Datitude is here.
Do I do it in a private chat?
Probably.
How do I pick who it goes to?
I don't know.
Well, I'll just post it. I don't remember how we did it before.
Let's see. If you
And watch everybody.
wait a minute. Well, hang on. If you click on,
Well, it's on the stream, so.
well, there it is. Too late now. Okay, that's just for Sam. Don't everybody click it.
Well, we still have to bring him on or choose to bring him on.
Oh yeah. So where do you see the show? Where do you see the show going forward here next episode? Do we get what? Because it's the final 10, right? There's 5 shows, so 2 are going through each.
Yeah. So
Okay,
don't they? I was going to say, don't they have the show on Tuesday and then they show who goes through on the following day on Wednesday?
Yeah. So we'll have the Tuesday show, and then we'll have the Wednesday results, and then 2 of them will go through. So how about this? I'm trying to look at them here. So if 2 go through every time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Where's all the things? I'm trying to think. How many of the golden buzzers do you think get through to the top 10?
That's a good question. I don't think I know the answer to that question either.
I'm trying to find a list here. So we've got, because there's 9 golden buzzers.
No. There's supposed to be
How
5,
many?
but they did an
5?
audience golden buzzer and they did all 5 of them golden buzzer.
Okay, so we have
So they
6
really
golden
did.
buzzers.
Yeah, they kind of did it. Actually, that's 5, 7.
2, 4, 5. There's 7 of them. I got 5 of them here. Let's see. Who do we got? We got these ones.
Right? Did I do my math right?
All right. Let me see. Who are we? Where's my? Oh, there it is.
I don't know if he's just audio.
Okay, in the.
Oh, there he is. So, want to bring Sam on?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Hey, Sam. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
Well, awesome. When we can actually meet you face to face.
Where are you from, Sam?
From North Carolina.
North Carolina, East Coast. Man, we're all over the place here. So have you been a fan for a while?
Oh yes, I started watching in season 2 actually during the
Okay.
live show phase, and then I've watched every season in full since season 6, and
Wow.
I've watched some of the live shows of season 5. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can.
we hear you.
That's awesome.
So I've been watching the show a long time.
Well,
Yeah,
does
just
everybody have all the acts memorized then? And all written in?
Most of them.
Okay. Well, I mean, from previous episodes, like from 6 years ago, so if we give you an episode, could you tell us who won?
Maybe I could probably remember most of. I think all of the live show acts since like 2015, probably.
Wow, you're amazing.
All of them.
I'm lucky if I can remember my name when I'm talking to somebody.
So I just posted in the chat the golden buzzers, at least the ones I found the list of. I'm see if there's any missing there. I'm sure. So,
Hold on, let me get back into the
but
video.
I don't see Atlanta drums.
yeah, so Atlanta's not on there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, because I just looked up a list for it. There's just 5 on there. There's Gabriel, Lavender, Murmuration, Putri, and Mzansi Youth Choir. Yeah, so we're missing the drums and we're missing the Unity dance group. So Sam, how many of those golden buzzers do you think are going to the top 10?
I'm not.
Because I'm assuming they have golden buzzers in different shows.
I think most of them will, but I don't know about all of them.
I think most of them. So if we have 10, so we have 10 slots, right? In the end, and we have, what did we say, 8 golden buzzers? You think there's a chance we could have, let's say, 6 out of 10 of the final 6 of the 10 final acts you think could be golden buzzer acts?
It's very possible.
I actually don't think so. I don't think the Mzansi Youth Choir will be in the top 10. I personally don't think so.
I think it's going to vastly depend on the lineups and the performances.
Oh, you mean like the episode and who they're against?
Yes.
Okay. That's a fair way to put it.
And so much depends, I think, on their social media following and who's going to vote. And I think a lot of times when they do golden buzzers, Miles, I say you have the spreadsheet, but would you say that golden buzzers have more followers than average?
As a matter of fact, let's see here.
You looked at that?
The Mzansi Youth Choir did not have a necessarily big following. Murmuration, what's his name? Sadek, Waff, whatever his name is. He has a huge following. And so that's one of his pets, is this Murmuration. It was his brother, I think, that led the group. And they're from France. So I don't know if that one counts, but Atlanta Drum Academy, they have somewhat of a large following. Putri had an okay following, but man, her social media followers went wild. She got 2 million new followers since the show. 2 to 3 million,
wow,
something like that.
2 to 3 million new followers since the show.
Yes,
that's wild.
She's the only one who got that many.
Yeah, I would assume that most people wouldn't get that many new followers.
Yeah, she did. I remember looking her up on the night on. I think it was Instagram. She had like 300,000 followers, and in a week she had 1 million, and I think she's at 1.3 million or something on Instagram now. I think.
Huh.
It's crazy. But that's why also the people like Timothy Fletcher, I'm surprised he didn't go through, since he has over 3 million social media followers. And he was worth watching. I mean, I've seen worse drumming acts. And he's pretty creative. I just don't know why he didn't go through. I could see him doing some other stuff with his drums, I guess. Maybe putting a stick through a drum head or something. I don't know.
So Sam, out of all your years of AGT watching, is there any patterns you've seen about people that get through, or any way you predict somebody's going to get through?
Well, this year I was surprised that there were some acts that got second songs that did make it through, unlike last year.
Seems like they've been really big with the second song lately. It seems to be one of Simon's things now.
Yes.
This was
really
never
annoying.
a thing, or very rarely before did you get the second song business. And yes, all of a sudden it's just like the new catchphrase. I mean, you even had people in the audience chanting second song at one point.
So Sam, did you have any favorite acts this season?
I did really like Shadow Ace, just like you guys. I also really.
You did?
He's
I
gonna
did.
win.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yes. I think he and Murmuration and Chibi Unity are my top 3 auditions of the season.
So they're right up your alley, Mixlong.
Yeah. Yeah. Miles didn't like the dance group.
Yeah, I'm not so much into dance, period. I don't know. It just
Okay, so
I like to dance, but I don't like to watch dance.
all right, so here's the real question, because I can't remember if you commented about this in the chat before. But what do you think about puppets? You're pro or con?
Depends on the act, but I generally enjoy them.
Yeah. Did you like the one with Simon? Did you like
Oh,
the Simon
yes.
puppet and stuff? Yeah. Yeah, Miles is crazy, right?
And they went
He's
through.
always hating on it.
Yeah, they went through. So
Yeah,
they're
but you
alive.
don't think they should. You didn't think they should even be on the show. You thought they were horrible.
You're like Sofia.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that I thought they were bad. I just don't think they belong on America's Got Talent.
That's
Yeah,
a
but-
fair assessment.
No, it's not a fair assessment. A fair
It's your
assessment for
opinion.
what? It was great. It was good puppets. They look funny. They seem really cool, and they had good voices, and they had good impersonations. Like, everything about them was good.
I agree.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll give that to you. I just didn't want them on the show.
It's one of these things where Miles thinks he's right with this opinion, but he's not. I think he's like alone on the island.
It keeps getting smaller.
I mean, there's 2 things I enjoy on AGT. Puppets. It's very rare I don't like a puppet act, and naked men. Like, so far I haven't seen a naked guy act I haven't liked. So there we go.
Are you happy that Noodle and Bun did not go through?
Honestly, maybe it was for the better, because I feel like it would have lost the surprise factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe in the live shows, like a guest performance, they'll bring him back and reveal who he is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is probably what they'll do. Yeah. Sam, do you like it when they bring back people like that? When they have the people from past seasons and they just keep bringing them back in suits and things?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I like it too. Yeah, that pleases me. Miles, do we have Heather here?
Hey,
Popped up on
she
the
came
top
on
bar.
after her class.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
awesome.
All right, Sam. It looks like we got Heather here. So we're gonna not that we don't love you, because we do. So we say once a friend of the show, always a friend of the show. But we're gonna see if we can get Heather on with us for a few minutes.
All right. Thanks, Sam.
Oh,
Thanks
thank you for having me. It was nice
Yeah.
getting to talk with you guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
awesome.
for sure.
Looking forward to Tuesday.
Yep. So are we. See you then. All right. Bye.
All right, let's see if we got Heather on.
Well, I'll put add to stream here. I don't see a picture yet. Maybe she's trying. Well, I'll hit add to stream. Maybe she's just got audio. Are you there, Heather?
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can hear
We can
you.
hear you. We were wondering if you just had audio. We
fantastic.
can't see you.
So,
Yeah, sorry,
do
I'm
you have-
driving home.
That's a good reason.
This is our first car discussion.
Oh,
That's all
fancy. I'll
Yeah,
try to keep
very
it safe and talk as much as I can.
So do you got Bogart with you, or we just got you?
Just me today. I've joined a flip and handstand type class because I'm trying to bring that into my other dog's act and stuff. So just me learning that stuff for now.
Nice.
Well, that's cool. Well, I was still surprised. I thought you would have been in the live shows, and I got your Instagram message, and I just, once again, I thought you would have gone through. So
Thank you so much. I feel like we had a pretty cool act for the live shows that I'm happy to talk about a little bit. It was more storytelling, sort of similar to what Adrian had ended up putting on with him and Hurricane. Now I was going to bring in my other dog to do some duo tricks with both him and or Bogart and her and stuff. And
so you already had it planned out there.
Oh yeah, we had been working on it and training for it. Unfortunately, I think we were kind of on the maybe list for the lives for a while. I think that they wanted to see how we were how the crowd responded to us, and then make the decision was kind of the vibe I got. But unfortunately, it would have had us in California the week before or the week of my wedding, so we made the choice to withdraw.
What state are you from?
Sorry?
What state are you from?
I'm in Texas.
Okay, so you're a little ways away.
Yeah, just a little bit.
You could have had your wedding on the AGT stage, I suppose. Maybe the producers would have done that.
They had, when we had first told them about it, they had joked about sending a camera crew out and having that. But, yeah.
So Heather, Miles said at the beginning of the show, he told us about your wedding, and congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
As I and I mentioned, you must be really into this guy to put off a chance at $1 million contract to get married. I was like, why doesn't she just move the wedding back a little? Why don't you just move it back?
So we had discussed that actually early on when we found out that it would be kind of around the same dates. But we're currently getting married on our 10-year anniversary. So that one specific date was pretty important to me. And so,
okay, that makes sense. Sentimental.
Yeah, very sentimental. I've been ready to get this over with for 10 years now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So we asked this to everybody that we have on. We've talked to a handful of people who have been on AGT, and what we're always interested in is, how did you get on the show? Did you stand in line to try out? Did they see your video on social media? Did they just call you out of the blue? How did this happen?
Yeah, so it was very unexpected. My dog Bogart obviously has been through a lot, and a few years ago we were featured on a small TV show that just wanted to show what rescue dogs can go through, and I believe that they had seen that video and reached out to see if we were interested, because they wanted to have a little performance around a dog going through a hardship, and that's how they found us.
Interesting.
So they just called you and said, "Hey, we saw you on the show. You want to come on?"
Something like that. We still had to put together an act, and go and make sure that we could put something. We aren't the typical people who go on and audition. We're casual dog trainers, my partner and I. We just have fun with it, and love
So-
the show. We've been watching for years. Sorry.
Did the producers then were they involved in the planning of your actual act? Then is that what you're saying?
Not really. We had pitched. They said that they wanted an act with Bogart and to have it based around agility because that is his sport. Which was a really hard challenge because agility typically lasts 20 to 40 seconds and takes up like 100 by 100 foot space. And so we had to figure out a way to condense that. And so we gave them a pitch early on of what we were thinking, and they didn't like that. So we reiterated and came up with what we had.
Huh.
So do your partner and yourself, is this something you guys do full time, or is dog training just, kind of on the side while you're doing other stuff?
Yeah, so we're both video game artists for our full-time jobs. And so this is like as soon as my day on the computer ends, I'm outside with the dogs. We do different sports, and we have high energy working dogs that need to be doing something. So we do stuff.
So when you say video game artist, does that mean you design games, or does that mean you play games professionally?
I make the art for video games.
Okay.
So like if you were a character in a video game, I would have done all the characters or environments and stuff.
Oh, fun.
Anything we may have heard of?
I just launched a VR game with my company. I previously worked a little on Doom, Hob, if you're familiar with that. Some like older games through one of my videos.
Wow,
Yeah.
amazing! You're a star.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool job.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. Yeah.
So how much effort, or how many, how do I want to phrase this? How much time do you spend on the dog training aspect?
Oh, good. Right now in the summer, not too much. It's just way too hot down here in Texas. But I would say 10 to 20 hours a week on dogs.
Wow.
So.
And that's in addition to creating video game characters?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, say that like walks and,
Sure.
taking them out and like, so I'm heavily involved with rescue organizations. So a lot of that is, taking in foster dogs, transporting them, training with them, taking them to meetups. So it kind of just adds up in different ways throughout the week.
Now, what kind of events do you usually find yourself being in with your dogs?
So we do sports mostly. AGT was actually our very first performance ever on a stage.
Okay.
So, yeah. Since then, we were able to go to like a senior home and a children's home and do little local things like that. And I'm looking forward to doing more of that because we really enjoy it. The kids love it. Bogart loves going to say hi to everyone, and so we're getting involved with that locally now.
Are those things that you're generally paid for, or is that the idea is to eventually be paid for them?
They are not paid. They're all volunteer based. I'm in a very fortunate position where my full-time job pays for my expenses, and I get to do this. I just like giving back to the community.
Okay.
And the way I've chosen to do that is through dogs and volunteering my time.
Well, that's an awesome attitude.
Yeah, I love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, as I've said, I think probably on this show before, but I tell people a lot. I say you should always find a way to do what you're passionate about. And I said if you can't get paid for it, then do it for free. I say in my day job for 20 years, I work in mental health. So,
Fantastic. Yeah.
So at the current time, I've worked with everybody, but I'm the director of an entire youth program that we work with kids who are suicidal or just need friends, and all these outpatient programs. That's what I do, and I like going to work where I feel like we're doing something beneficial in the world. And then just this kind of stuff, like talking to cool people like you and watching AGT and talk about this, is all free. We don't get anybody sending us money or anything, but I think stuff like this, I feel like makes people happy. I like doing it. Miles likes doing it.
Yeah.
People like watching. And I tell people all the time, professionally and personally, that when you're doing stuff you enjoy and that you're passionate about, that makes you feel better. And it sounds like that's what you're doing with these dogs. And I think that's excellent.
Absolutely. Thank you. And thank you for doing the hard work. You know, I feel like dogs are like the light side of rescue with children and people are such a heavy thing to take on. So
Yeah, they are.
good for you. Thank you.
I have adopted 6 kids, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, Miles has been a lifelong foster parent. I don't know, how many foster kids have you had in your life?
Well, a total of 19 foster kids. We did it for 7 years, and then we decided to keep 6 of them. But still wasn't an easy road. And actually, Illinois, when we moved here, they said, "Hey, you were a foster parent. You want to be a foster parent here?" It's like, I can't. I just can't do it. I don't have the energy.
So Heather, because I don't want to leave Bogart out of this because I'm sure he has his fans. Maybe people might be bigger fans of him than you. I don't know, that are listening. But what I want to ask is, when you're training a 3-legged dog, do you do anything different, or is the training routine the exact same?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just lost you. Could you repeat that?
Oh, okay, yeah. So I prefaced my question by saying Bogart might have more fans than you. I don't know if that's true or not, but I didn't want to leave him out of the conversation. And so when you're training a 3-legged dog, is that a different skill set at all, or are you doing anything different with a dog with like that, or is it just the same as training any dog?
I mean, the basic premise is the same, positive reinforcement, enticing dogs to do behaviors for rewards, and making choices that we like based on conditioning and stuff. But when it comes to the more advanced things like the agility stuff, there's a lot of considerations that need to be taken for his safety. Before he lost his leg, he could do all the equipment very easily. We had no issues with him, just going up, down, over dog walks, the teeters, no concerns at all. And then after he lost his leg, he became afraid of his own body in a lot of ways because he was afraid of falling.
Right.
So it was a really hard time because he wanted to do it so badly, and you could just see his drive to keep moving forward, but like having to stop him and help him. So a lot of the new training that we do is based around like, what can he do? What are new creative things that aren't being done that we can teach him that he would like? So for the show, for instance, before he lost his leg, he could wave really well, and he loved waving. And so I think they might have cut it down a little bit, but I had him go between my legs, and I kind of braced him a little bit and then had him wave. So I was basically his crutch. So it's just little things like that,
Well, you certainly made it work. So bravo. You really did a great job. I did have a question. So if someone wants to follow you and Bogart, what platform or social media name do you use, or should people go to?
Heather and Bogart is the name that I've just changed everything to, so that you guys can find me easily. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and I think it's sending everything to Facebook as well. I'm not as sure about that.
And they're all Heather and Bogart with it, and is A&D, right?
Correct.
Instagram, TikTok, and what else did you say?
I think it's also posting to Facebook, but I'm not too sure. But mostly just Instagram and TikTok.
All right.
All right. Yeah, and as I always like to tell everybody, once you're here, you're always a friend of the show. You're always welcome to come back on. If you're an AGT fan at all and you want to come back on at any time and talk about the show, or if you want to talk about what you're doing, we'll even tweet out or post stuff that you're doing for you. Well, we appreciate people coming on to talk to us. So if you take the time to talk to us, we'll help you out in whichever
Thank
way.
you. I appreciate
Very welcome.
All right, Heather, is there any final thoughts you want to leave with us or anything like that?
In the words of Bob Barker, spay and neuter your pets, and thank you for having me.
All right.
Awesome.
Excellent. Thank you, Heather.
Y'all have a
Very
great
nice to
night.
meet you.
Lovely meeting you guys too. Have a good one.
Thank you. All right. Bye. That was
All right.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Thank you, Heather.
All right. Well, I think that's probably about good. Do we have anything else we want to throw in about what's going to happen next week or about this episode or anything like that?
I might just read off the names of those who are going to be on next week.
Oh yeah, that's what I want to see. Who's going to be on? Because
We
I
don't
said
know.
I can't find the list.
Well,
So,
McGavin's the guy who sent this to me, and
Okay.
so he gets all the credit.
okay.
So
What
we
do got?
have
And just in case everybody doesn't know names, if we can, let's just go. There should be 11 of them. Let's go through them and then very briefly kind of say who they are.
all right.
What they
So
do.
Adrian, Stoica, and Hurricane,
Okay, that's a dog act.
right? Brynn
Okay.
Cummings, that's the
Brynn.
ventriloquist magic girl.
Okay. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, she's the one I like.
John Wines, also known as the old gray guitarist on social media.
Yeah.
He's the guitar solo guy.
Yeah, she's one I don't know how got through.
Me
I
neither.
say there's a lot of guitar players, and yeah, I don't know how this guy got through. Like I said when we reviewed this, it was cool. I'm a big rock fan. I say I'm not a musician, but I love rock music, and this guy didn't seem to do anything that I haven't seen people do. So he wasn't Eddie Van Halen or Jimi Hendrix or
No.
David Gilmour or something out there. I expected some tapping or something much more cool.
Yeah, well, he made it through.
Yeah.
Lambros Garcia, the Tanner, 14-year-old dancer. He was on the first show, second show, the guy with the green shirt or something. With
Okay,
glasses.
yeah.
And I remember his first thing, well, I always got bullied in school. So
Yeah, this is the kid. He had glasses. Yeah, and he had the story of getting bullied. Neither of us thought this guy should get through. I remember. I
well,
don't think. Well, at least I said he shouldn't get a yes. I remember that much.
well, nevertheless,
Yeah.
maybe the judges know better.
Yeah.
Lavender Darcingelo, Darcingelo. I don't know. The
Yeah,
blind
she-
autistic singer.
She's she's the autistic singer that was Heidi's golden buzzer.
That is correct.
Okay.
Maureen Langan, comedian. Which I liked her.
Oh yeah, she's the one. She has red hair and glasses,
Yep.
and she's a stand-up comedian. And I did not think she was funny. I gave her a no also.
Oh, well, I gave her a yes. So
Yeah, I remember
Wow.
debating that on the show. Is you thought she was funny? I didn't laugh once. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with her.
Mitch Rossell, the guy who sang the song about his dad.
Country
Guitarist.
singer.
Yep.
Yeah, country singer. And I can't remember. I don't remember being blown away by this guy. I don't remember if I said yes or no. I think I might have given this guy a no, though.
Well, I thought he would go through. I'm just not sure how far he's going to go through. He wasn't like the other guy where when he played, I said I would buy tickets to his concert. I didn't say
Yeah.
that when this guy was performing. Not that he did a bad job. He did a pretty good job, and he does have a reasonable social media following. So that being said, moving on to Alexander and Magic Innovations. So the dancer with the Magic Innovations lights.
Okay. I liked him.
Yeah, I thought they were going through. Ray Wold, the fireman, I did not think would go through. He's the guy who had his mother on there.
Yeah.
Um,
And yeah, I remember when this guy first performed and we had the conversation about him, and they give that whole thing of my dreams to perform with my mom or something. And then we find out they've been doing this forever.
Well, at least he has. I don't know if she has, but he has been doing it forever.
Joseph in the chat says AGT is not the platform for comedians. I want to say I agree, but I'm going to say I disagree, Joseph. I disagree. AGT has produced some excellent comedians. Not to mention one of the most famous Piff the Magic Dragon, who performs in Vegas all the time. Piff is really great. And yeah, there's some really good comedians. We have Darcy, what's her name, that did the puppets, back to the puppets. She was just around my neck of the woods here in Idaho last year performing. But yeah, the AGT's surprisingly produced some really good comedians. If anybody's watching the chat that wants to back up AGT comedians, feel free, because we've had quite a few of them from the show.
But none have ever won. I know Howie still wants one to win.
Yeah, none of them have won, but they've come darn close.
Yep. Sainted Trap Choir. I am not sure how they got through, but whatever. I didn't think they were a choir that was anything special, but apparently the judges do. So I'm not saying they're bad. Once again, just because I don't think they shouldn't get through doesn't mean I'm saying that they're a bad act. Okay. I just don't think that they should have gone through on the show. True Villains, they were sang the Billie Eilish song.
Yeah.
Which I thought they did better than Billie Eilish.
Yeah, both of us agreed on that. That was one of the things we did agree on. I'm not a huge Billie Eilish fan, but I do like the Bad Guy song. But I thought the True Villains version was better.
Yep. And that's the acts.
Okay, so which of those two are going through? Because next week we'll have our live Thursday show, and when we come back, we're going to know who went through. So if you have to go on record to say what two are going through, who are you saying? And you do have to go on record, so it's not.
Brynn, Cummings, and a Magic Innovation.
Interesting. I'm going with True Villains. And what's her name? I'm trying to look right now. The Magician.
Brynn Cummings.
Yeah.
Ventriloquist. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Brynn Cummings. I'm going with her.
Okay.
I think, I'm going with Brynn Cummings and True Villains. And if they don't go through, it's not my fault. It's not because they shouldn't go through. It's because people didn't vote for them. So get on and vote for them and prove me right. So Miles, I disagree of who's going to go through.
That's right. Brynn, so we're both safe there. So at least we'll be half right one way or another.
Yeah.
But I just think Magic Innovation is going to go through just because of the type of act it is.
Magic Innovations would be my three.
Okay.
So when they have the three that stand up on the stage and they get rid of one of them, they're going to have Brynn Cummings up there. They're going to have True Villains up there. They're going to have Magic Innovations. And Magic Innovations will get eliminated. And people will be very angry because they say Magic Innovations shouldn't be eliminated. That's my prediction.
All right. Well, maybe they're... maybe all three of those, maybe one of those will come back that gets eliminated.
Wouldn't surprise me.
So,
but our friend Sam came on earlier, and I just don't think that, all these golden buzzer acts, I just don't think I don't think we have a good chance of all of them going through.
Some of these in years past, it brings up bad memories where I see acts that go on and move on in the show and they do their live acts, and it's like they only had one good act, and that was the first act.
And that's what I'm always afraid of with dance acts is that you see it and then you see it again on the next show. And that's what, whatchamacallit, who we always are hating on, $1 Million Man family dancing act.
Oh, Parent Jam.
Yeah, Parent Jam. I just feel like we're going to see the same thing. Same as What's Your Name, Who's the Dancing Mom. We're going to see your same moves. I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know what you can do that's different.
Well, they were different. Everybody was doing something different in Parent Jam.
Yeah, that's true. They were all doing
That's pretty much what they do.
but it's going to look the same different. And these Magic Innovation will do something different. We're going to see Cummings do something different because she's a magician. And True Villains, I would say the band's going to do something the same generally, but I think they can pull off something different. They seem talented enough that they're going to be able to do it. So
maybe
right,
Marine Langan will be funnier this time.
Huh?
Maybe Marine Langan will be
I don't
funnier
think
this
she's
time.
going to be funnier. I think she's going to be the same.
Okay.
She just doesn't seem funny.
Yep.
So just
Mitch-
right there.
Mitch
Okay.
Rossell, I think if he doesn't do an upbeat song, he doesn't have a chance. He's got to do something that's more showy, more get out of the ballad.
There's like 3 to 4 of these acts that I don't even think have a chance. So, I mean, we're really looking at half of them. I think that can even get to the championship. So,
Yeah.
All right. Well,
all those that don't make it, I'm going to invite to be on our show. So
then we still come on.
That's right.
We'll still come on. It was great having one of our regular viewers on here, Sam, coming on with us. It was great having Heather. It's too bad she couldn't go to the live show. She would have been there, but she's got a wedding to go to. But we're happy that she came on with us.
Yeah, it was
Heather,
awesome.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming on. Good luck to you and Bogart. And as we always say, you can look up the Miles Revolution on Twitter and Facebook, especially YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to us. Like this video. It always helps us. We really appreciate all you who tune in live every week to watch us. And those of you who don't tune in live, but come on afterwards to watch us. As we say, we haven't been on that long just this season, but we're always in the triple digits of people that are watching us. So we appreciate we're only in the hundreds, but we appreciate the hundreds of you that watch us. It's very nice. And if you, like we say, if you follow us and subscribe, if you want to follow me personally, there's my Twitter. That's where I'm going to be on most on social media. We love you for it, and we appreciate it. Miles, we got anything else to say before we sign off here?
That's what I got. That's a wrap.
All right. Well, then I'm Mixlom, and he's the Miles Revolution. We are two freaks doing a show. We will see you next week live on YouTube with the results of the first live shows at 6 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Mountain, 8 o'clock Central, and 9 o'clock Eastern. Until then, we will see you
Later.